guys, Jeff Schneider here. We're going to talk about the melodic minor scale today. It's such a great scale to use for jazz improvisation especially. Let's get right to it. First, I'm going to teach you the scale, obviously. So in the key of C minor, it's going to be C, D, E flat, F, G, A, B, C. So there's a couple ways you can think about it to make it easier on yourselves. You can think of it as a major scale with a flat 3. You can think of it as a Dorian scale with a major 7 instead of the flat 7. Or you could just memorize the melodic minor scale and have that down too. That's probably the way you should do it. Check it out one more time. Okay, so now that you know the scale, I'll teach you a couple of ways that you can play it during a solo or an improvisation, anything like that. I'm actually going to play the chord on the piano first so you can hear what it sounds like with the harmony underneath. Oh, by the way, we got the new shirt on. What do you guys think? Alright, so I'm going to play a C minor major 7 chord on the piano, then I'll play a line on the sax, and then I'll teach it to you right after. Check it out. By the way, C minor major 7, the notes in that arpeggio are, or in that chord are C, E flat, G, and B. It's like a minor 7 chord, but the 7 is major. So you can see why the melodic minor would fit so well over that chord, because the melodic minor also has that major 7. So that's why I played that voicing. Now the line that I played was this. I'll slow it down. Let's break it down even more. The first part is an arpeggio, starting on the 9 of this chord, going up to the 3rd, so just up a half step. That's going from D to E flat. Then we're going up the arpeggio of the minor major 7 chord. D, E flat, G, B, D. Then 11, all the way up to the 11. So the notes are, and this is in C minor, D, E flat, G, B, D, and then F is the 11. And I'm doing it kind of fast. Again. And then when you get to the top, then we're going to do a little trill turn thingy. Neighbor note, that's going from the F just a half step up to G flat and then back down. It's just a little trill. And then we're resolving to the 3rd, to the E flat. And that's going down the arpeggio again. We're going from the E flat, the 3rd, down to the major 7, B, and then down to the 5th, G. Now, can anybody tell me what arpeggio or what triad I'm outlining there? I'm going to get back to this later, so see if you can guess this. What kind of a triad is that? It's an augmented triad. And we're going to talk about that, the augmented triad in a little bit, so remember that. Okay, let's finish the line. Trill there, this time on the 9 going to the flat 3 going back to the 9. That's D, E flat, D for all the concert players out there. And then I'm going from the 9 to the 1 to the root, which is C, so 9 to the root to the 5, which is G, 3, 2, 1, E flat, D, C. And that's the whole line. That's it right there. I'll play it once more with the chords so you can hear it in context. Okay, so there's one example of how to make use of this scale. It's definitely focusing on the arpeggio in this case. Here's another one that you can do. This one's kind of a combination of arpeggio and scale, more of a scalar approach. I'll do it once more nice and slow. Check this out. Okay, so it's a pretty simple pattern actually. You're starting on any chord tone, any of the main chord tones, then you're going to jump down a third and come back up scalarly, one of those words, okay? So in this case, I'm starting on the 9, I'm starting on a D. Then I go down a third to the major 7, which is B, and then I come back up the scale, so B, C, D. And that's the pattern. Then you repeat it a major, or not a major third, but any kind of a third below, whatever, it depends on what chord tone you're going to. So in this case, I'm going to start the same pattern over on the next chord tone down, which is the third down. And that is, if I started on the 9, then I'm going to go to the 7. So now I'm going to start the same pattern on B. And it's the same thing. Start on the 7, go down to the 5, which is the next chord tone, and then come up scalarly. Here's what it sounds like with the chord. Pretty cool. Okay, so last one. Remember I talked about the augmented triad? I wanted you guys to remember that. Well, here's how you can make use of it within this scale. This is a more triadic method. So I did another video on triads actually. I think it's called like how to make a one chord solo interesting. So that's a good video to check out actually. That it goes along well with this next part here. The two triads we're going to focus on are a triad, a major triad off of the 4th scale degree in the C melodic minor scale. So that's going to be F, A, C. Okay? And then the other triad is going to be that augmented triad that we talked about before, which is going to be built off of the 5th. So that's the 5, the major 7, and then the 3 at the top. And I'm talking within the scale of the melodic minor. I'll probably write the notes up on the screen to help it make more sense, but the notes that I'm playing are starting on the 5 again, so that's G, and then to the major 7, B, and then to the minor 3rd, which is E flat. That's your augmented triad. Now the way we're going to use these two triads, F major and G augmented, is by alternating. We're going to start with the F major, we're going to go up the triad, okay, and then we're going to go down the G augmented triad. I'm sorry if this is totally confusing, but it's worth it if you watch it a couple of times. It's a really cool pattern, so check it out one more time. And then we're going to repeat the pattern, except we're now going to start on the 3rd of the F major, and we're going to go up 3, 5, 1. So that's 3, 5, 1, and guess what? Now we're going to come down again on the G augmented. You get the idea of how the pattern works? I'll start it lower so I can continue going up and up and up and up. Now I'll do it fast. It sounds even cooler. Check it out. All right. Now just to let you guys know, you can use this scale even when it's not a minor major 7 scale, or yeah, that's right, minor major 7 chord. You can do it on a regular minor 7 chord. It'll still sound good. So experiment with this, have fun with it. Let me know how it goes in the comments, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed. By the way, Jazz is Dead, pre-order on the website. Check it out. See you guys later. Thanks.
Hey guys, I'm Jeff Schneider. Today's topic is about how to play or solo over a 1-chord vamp or jam. Oftentimes when you're playing a pop or a funk tune, you'll just have like a B-flat 7 chord for X number of bars. And after a while, you can find yourself running out of ideas of what to play.